Strive Trips is rooted in the belief that international travel, community service, and athletics need not be mutually exclusive, but complement each other. And with me, one of the founding members of Strive Trips, Robert Martin, fellow Purdue grad. Great to see you and meet you on Zoom. So Robert, just give me an overview of Strive Trips, kind of explain it in, I don't know, a few sentences. What is it you're doing?
Sure. We like to think that we pair these ideas together of travel, service, and athletics. So actually, the first one I should have said service first. We go to these foreign countries to do service, and we're actually locally as well in Flagstaff, Arizona, this past year due to COVID. So we're in Kenya, Peru, and Flagstaff, Arizona, and we go to do service and athletics and travel. So we really cater to athletes that want to stay in shape over the summer, particularly the high school and college athletes. We have a college intern program that assists with our high school program. So athletes don't often get the chance when they're traveling to stay in shape, and or if they're want to do community service, to find a service program where they can also stay in shape while they're doing service. So, let's say you go to Mexico or something, you're doing a community service project there, it may not be completely safe to run around a certain area of Mexico City or something like that. So we find locations that we can stay in shape and do community service and also get to experience the country a little bit.
Yeah, no, I love this idea. And you're combining three things that kids end up doing over the summer anyway. They exercise, they do some community service, they may travel, but you're combining them all so they can get the experience all in one
right.
thing.
Right. Yeah. And some people say, you should just be a running camp, or you should just do service, or you should just enjoy the country. Well, I feel like you can do all three. It's hard to just have a running camp where you're just running all day. Like, you can't run all day, right? And sometimes even doing community service, like, it's after 3 or 4 hours, as a teenager, you just get kind of a little bored or whatever. So, I feel like it's a good combination. And at the end of the trip, we take an excursion. So in Kenya, we go to a game park and see, some of the wildlife and just kind of see that. In Peru, we go on a trip hike to Machu Picchu. And in Flagstaff, we do kind of a rim to rim, an adjustment of the rim to rim trip. So we jog down all the way to the base of and cross the Colorado River, and then we hike back up.
Okay. Well, gosh, you're there. I mean, you got to experience the culture too while you're there. So with the safaris and everything. So take me back to the beginning. How did this idea start?
Yeah, we had a lady named Catherine Trotzig. She was a collegiate parent, and she had a son that had gone to Kenya one summer on his own with 3 buddies. And they had such a great experience that, and they were runners, they were high school athletes, prominent high school athletes in the area. And they had such a great experience. They came back and told their parents, and Catherine decided to start the program. And she hired me as the first guy on the ground to kind of run the program. But it was interesting because her son had this hat from Kenya that I recognized and kind of matched some of the language that I learned in Malawi. It had this word for cow in a lot of the Bantu languages. And so I had seen him and I'm like, hey, how'd you get this hat? And he's like, I was running in Kenya and we got to know this fencing company called Ngombe, and the word means cattle on the hat. And so I was like, how'd this teenager get this hat that had this Bantu word on it, And then eventually we gotten these emails from Catherine saying, hey, you may have athletes that want to go to Kenya. I'm running this program. And so I had emailed her saying, hey, I want to be part of this program if you can. And it just kind of fit with my Peace Corps experience in Malawi and my coaching experience. And so from there, it was just kind of me running the program every summer in Kenya. And we, from that point, expanded to Peru and to Flagstaff eventually.
Awesome. Now, I noticed on your website there were some programs for adults too. So do adults have to be physically fit to go?
That's a great question. We've had a couple of adult programs in Peru, and they've gone well. And we've had all range of athletic ability. And I would say, even for our high school and college athletes, we get a range, we get a bell curve of ability. So, people think, if my kid goes to Kenya, he's going to be running 10 miles a day or whatever. No, some kids can only run a couple miles a day, and that's fine, or even less. Or we've had football athletes go, and the same for adults of any ability level. We've had couples go where one is a runner and one is not a runner, and the one who's not a runner just kind of enjoys traveling and seeing the sights and going for walks, and the other partner will be running all the different workouts and things like that. So try to cater it to the particular needs of our participants.
Yeah. So what's a typical day like?
Depends on the program, but for high school athletes, we wake up in the morning and we'll go for a morning jog to kind of get the metabolism going, have breakfast, and then go out to our community service for the day. It may involve tutoring or doing some kind of manual labor at a school. A lot of the schools we work with, they are constructing like a new classroom, or they're refurbishing like the football field or the track that goes around the football field. And so we'll do some manual labor, painting in a classroom, or working on the flooring, or whatever they have us do.
Yeah.
But we eventually do get a chance to go in some of the classrooms and tutor the kids. So, you might have a classroom of 100 students, and maybe there's 10 Strive students working in like groups of 3 or 4, helping them do the mathematics or the English work for the day.
Oh, how neat. Now, what have been some memorable experiences that you've had on these trips? Can you share?
Sure. Some of them, as far as the community service involved, I like to teach geometry while I'm there. So I'll be working in geometry, working on the constructions, and our Strive students are there, trying to do the constructions with the compasses and protractors and rulers. And so a lot of times it's just seeing the excitement that the Kenyan students have working with an American kid. And the American kids just kind of really relating that. And, anything you see, like as far as, the Kenyan student and the American student kind of giving a high five and just like, hey, we accomplished something together. And so you see this confluence of cultures just coming together in a unique way to learn this common language of mathematics. To me, as a math teacher, has been just like one of those things I really enjoy seeing. And then, I think of that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And we'll go run with the fifth graders. And for us, it's, are you faster than a fifth grader? Because these Kenyan kids can run faster than our high school athletes, and they're barefoot, and the girls are running in skirts. And it's like, it doesn't matter. And the kids are running and they're laughing, and our kids are trying to keep up. So it's like, are you faster than a fifth grader? And we're not sure who's faster or not, but it's fun to see that the difference in ability, and like the Kenyan kids are really connected to the ground, and they can just run and do backflips, and our kids are like, like struggling to stay on their feet on the rocky ground,
Oh, I'm sure. What a great experience for the kids to do this. And maybe I'll check it out. Maybe we'll go someday. So The adults, we try to do a little bit more travel with the adults. So we'll go on some rock climbing type of things. We'll do a lot more sightseeing, go to see a waterfall nearby and things like that. So with the adults, we're not so focused on the community service, but we try to, take them to the projects we're involved in. And sometimes they want to donate to what's going on and things like that. So. Okay. Well, thanks, Robert, for sharing that story. What a fascinating group, and good luck.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Robert. Uh-huh.